Hey guys, Allie here tonight. Tonight's a little bit different. I just wanted to bring up the subject of judging and comparing ourselves in terms of to other people. I've always, for a lot of my life, I would compare myself where I'm at, what I look like, what kind of success, and, to others. And I think, at least what I've felt is that that's kind of, how society has been, I mean, we try to get people to go to think that at certain stages in their life, at certain ages, they should be here, and then at this age, they should be here, and then you think about retiring and all this stuff. And I've never agreed with any of it. None of it's ever felt right to me. Of course, if it does feel right, then go for it. But I've never felt right, and it's never felt right that pushing everybody in the same direction and things should look alike has never felt like the truth in my body. And the internet, people can say a lot of things about the internet in terms of, social media and all these different kind of things. But I see a lot of good coming from it. I know there's a downside too, but there's a downside and upside to everything. It depends on how you look at it. I actually love seeing a lot of the things I'm seeing. Maybe I guess my perspective is that I'm seeing a lot of real people, being vulnerable, and especially on YouTube and stuff, talking about where they're at in their life and how different it looks from what society deems, as normal. And I'm seeing that more and more, and how people are really jumping off like the traditional path and going their own way and really listening to what their heart's desire is and following that and letting that be their guide versus what maybe their inner fear would dictate, friends and family would dictate, society would dictate. I think it takes a lot of courage for people to be able to not have all the things that we're told to believe and how things should look, to be able to see that but turn away and then honor what is in themselves and however that looks. And it could be like something that's so different that we couldn't even imagine, but that's one of the things I love. It's like I said, especially on these YouTube videos about people that are, starting a YouTube channel at 60 something, 70 something, 80 something, people that, gave up their jobs and everything and then did this. And it really opens my mind up to all the variety of possibilities that this life can go. And it's pretty encouraging to me and exciting because we're seeing people do incredible things and lead incredible lives. And they look so unique and fun and, unique to that person. And that makes me feel good in myself because I don't think that my life looks super traditional. I don't have kids. I was married. I'm divorced. I did have stepkids. At this point in my life, which, I'm going to turn 50 next year, it doesn't look as typical as some people would think. And I grew up in the traditional route of getting married, having kids, everything like that was kind of like what I grew up with, but that never felt right to me. I never had a real desire to have kids. I don't have anything against kids. I think they're great. I just didn't have a real desire to have them myself. And anything traditional really kind of didn't resonate with me. And for a long time, because that's kind of how my family is, I felt very odd. Like, what's wrong with me? Why, am I wanting something different? And when I was married, it was very, it didn't light me up after I was married. I mean, we were in love at a point, but then we fell out of love. And I was just leading a life that I thought was normal and how it should look, but there was nothing in me that was truly happy at a certain point, but I felt like that's what life was. And, I had some awakenings in terms of anxiety and panic attacks and a bunch of other things that started to come on when I didn't listen to that part of myself and realized that I had to make some changes. And even though I didn't understand why I couldn't be happy in this life where I technically had food, shelter, people that cared about me, and work, why I couldn't be happy in that role, but it wasn't fit for me. That was not what my spirit wanted to experience. It wanted to go in another direction. And so I ended up listening to that. It did take some time, but eventually I ended up heeding the call and making some major changes. And subsequently, I've been a lot happier since. And like I said, I think it's just, the biggest important thing for us as individuals, as spirits here on earth, living out our lives, is to really put priority over anything else, guys, of what we truly desire to do and experience and create in this life. Because I think if we back burner that for family, for friends, for society, or anything else, we're never going to be truly happy. And not only that, the world is going to miss out on some truly incredible gifts if we don't fulfill them by living our heart's desire. So I just urge people these days to don't compare yourself to what society has always considered traditional and normal and how things should look. And I do agree that is majorly changing. The paradigm of the way people have lived for, since 50 years ago is highly changing and becoming very unique to different individuals as time goes on. And I think that's a great thing. It's just showing us all the different types of lives that can be lived. And it's pretty exciting. There's so many cool ways to live out our life, and it doesn't have to look like everybody else's, and that's what's so fun about it. But I just want people to really have the courage to listen to what feels right for you. Listen to what is calling to you. Sometimes it might be scary to make a change or take a leap. But truly, if it's calling to you, then you will be supported when you take that action or, change that direction. And that's the most important thing we can be doing here, guys, is being true to what's true for us. And when we do that, if there are people who aren't happy with it and they drop away, then they weren't meant to be a part of our life anymore. And then there are others who will, that might be angry at first, but they'll come back around. But whatever the case, the most important thing is that we listen to ourselves. That's where we're going to find the most joy, fulfillment, happiness, contentment. That's where we're going to find everything we truly desire. And not only is it best for us, it's best for the world. It's best for everybody around us as well. So this is just something that's been going on because I got some things going on in my life right now where I'm kind of teetering on making some big changes. And so I just wanted to share this, trying to follow my own courage and encouraging other people to do the same. So, okay, guys, well, I hope you enjoyed that. And if you liked it, please hit like and or subscribe if that feels good to you. And I'll be on tomorrow, guys. Have a good night. Bye.